Welcome back to another episode of DJ's Garage. We got Jimmy Jams. And what year is this? We got a 2004 Chevy Impala. We're going to be replacing the wheel bearing on it as well. Go figure. Kind of one of them things. Here, James. Everybody needs a cheater pipe. That's hard on the CV, buddy.
CV?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no harder than I ought to sitting parked up against the embankment up on a hill.
Cheater pipe. Alright, so we're going to get this tire off and look at what we got in there. So we got the tire off. All we're doing now is breaking the caliper assembly loose so that we can get the caliper bracket, and the rotor off so that we can get to the hub assembly and get that whole hub assembly changed out. This is also a General Motors vehicle, so it's going to be the exact same setup as the Pontiac. For those of you that didn't know, Pontiac is also GM. I threw it on the ground. You got anything to say, Jimmy Jams?
Oh, I hate this car right now.
You don't want to say hi?
What's up, guys?
Thinking about changing my channel name to DJ's Garage. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier for people to find. Let me know what you think about that name. Truly, it shouldn't take us that long to do it.
We don't run into any complications with this car.
Yeah, it has been set for
months.
My car sat for 2 years.
Yeah, your car also has less miles on it.
Yeah.
This is almost got double.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't understand how. Wait, no, that'd be right, because my bolts are bigger. If yours were just half-inch, mine
yeah,
are bigger.
my caliper assembly bolts were only a 1/2 inch. Bruh, we don't have this car on jack stands. It's just on a jack. Don't like it when stuff shakes. That's really heavy. Makes the toes nervous. I do have quite a few videos coming soon. I'm just trying to find a good editing software. I've tried out a couple. One of which I don't know who in their right mind would even want to fool with that editing software. Like that one, trying to navigate that software was just absolutely atrocious. It was terrible. I've never had that much trouble trying to do anything ever in my life, and I'm not that computer savvy. So everything gives me trouble. But that was just, it was, I can't even speak. It was so complicating and so complex that I can't even put it into words for you guys. It was just, it was dumb. I didn't like it. So I'm not going to use that one.
I'm gonna get some others.
You want some mechanic wire to tie that caliper up?
Right there, buddy.
The CV nut
is
a 33 mil, not a 36 mil like the Pontiac. So that's a little bit of a difference there. But which is kind of funny because this car is much bigger and much heavier.
Surprised it was on that loose, buddy.
Yeah, that was kind of really loose. But the CD bolt is smaller. I do like this car though. It's a really nice car. I really like the color of it. It's like a off-white, almost pearl.
It's pearl white.
Yeah, it's a really pretty car. I actually tried to buy this car a couple times, but somebody won't sell it.
The third one's there.
Now those are most definitely supposed to be half-inch.
I don't remember. It's been too long since I've done this.
Also, you're probably going to want to back that nut out a little bit more, James, so you can crack that CV loose from the...
Last time I had to drive it out.
So did I.
So that's why I left the nut right. Where was that?
Yeah, but you still got threads exposed. You want to get the nut over the threads.
I want to get that and I want the yeah.
That there thing. Look at how messy my garage is right now.
I want that wheel bearing backed off first.
Why? It is so much easier if the CV's pushed back a little bit more to get to those bolts. So if you just back it out a little bit, smack it a time or two.
My present dry, so.
Can you push it by hand? Because that would be fantastic. There's a mallet right there at your feet. I'll be. Dang, Gina. Yep. It's free. Alright, so we're going to get these cracked loose, and I'll start the video back up after. So all the bolts broke loose. I'm just going to get them all taken out now, and I'll show you how we get the hub assembly out. Now this one's probably going to be seized up. The difference between this car and my car is that my car sat for 2 years, but it sat on a concrete pad under a carport. This car has sat for a couple months in gravel out in the weather. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, well, a carport, the front, back, and all the sides are open. It's just got a roof over it. But it makes a huge difference to have a roof over it and to be sitting on a concrete pad. You know, you don't get near as much water
Moisture
under it, around it, on it. Whereas this one, gravel is a natural trough for water. It lets water flow through it freely, which is why when you put a French drain system in, like around your house, if you have a basement and it's leaking, you fill that void back up with gravel instead of dirt, because gravel lets water roll through it much easier. Did you get all three of them out?
Yep.
It's already coming loose.
No, it's
I
not.
seen it move, James. Hit it right there. There you go. Whoa, Jesus Christ. There went the brake line.
Nope, it's still good.
I'm going to grab you some mechanics wire so we can tie that up so that doesn't happen again, so that you can still get this thing home. Okay?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Got that caliper moved to where it needed to be. Couldn't find my mechanics wire, so I just used some regular wire. So, we've got a pretty decent gap going. It will be out in no time. Do not hit my knee. Speaking of knee, will you put it back in for me really quick? Oh, thank you. Alright, now you gotta definitely pry from the bottom. There she goes. She'll pop right out of there now. You still got the nut in there, James.
I ain't even close to the nut, buddy.
Right. Hit it with the mallet.
Not learning this shit.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't sound good. Smack that center nut with a mallet. There she went. And that, my friends, is how we get a hub assembly out of GM products. Give it a couple wraps with a mallet, grab a pry bar, pry the top, pop the bottom, smack the CV a couple times with a mallet. Whole thing just pops right out of there. The fun part, though, is getting that ABS and wheel speed sensor wire out. Huh. Yours did the exact same thing mine did. The rear race is still in your spindle. That's what I was looking for. That's super easy to get out, though.
I understand that, but that's probably why the sporadic connection.
Yep. Mine, literally, same side too, driver's side, was the exact same way. There you go.
Not session either.
Yep, that's exactly how I did it. Just keep bending it, it'll come out. Watch them splines. There she goes. That's funny that the driver's side in my car was the exact same way this one was. I wonder if that's a manufacturing flaw in the aftermarket wheel bearings. Because you've replaced this one once already, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that I got my car off of said that that was replaced once already as well. Who'd have thunk it? If anybody watches this that...
Cheap garbage is what it is. It's a cheap aftermarket. You go buy Moog, it's another story.
Yeah. I try to replace everything with Moog. I like Moog.
Yeah, buddy. Moog for my car is almost $140.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay the $63 and replace it if I got to. Have it fail. Go get a new one. Another $63. I mean, got a lifetime warranty on it, so.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 year. Nope. Back up first. Jump this side. That's 9.
It's much more fun watching somebody do it than doing it. Like, I enjoy doing it, but I'm kind of glad you're doing it this time. Like, I've already done it twice in the last week.
Well, you should have watched me do the one on the Dodge. He's not. Yours is bad.
You're not in the splines, James.
It'll pull itself in.
If it's lined up.
It should. It's not up. It's caught for now. We'll load it.
Yeah. It caught. You're not in the splines.
Oh, I don't got spawns, but mine just sits in there.
They all have splines. What are you talking about?
No, there is no spawns inside the spindle. That slides in and out.
Bet me.
Look.
No, not on the outside, on the inside where your CV comes into it. That's what I was talking about.
But there is no spine, but my CV axle won't actually sit in it. I'm burying it. I hope somebody does.
What?
My CV axle don't sit inside the spindle. The bearings, what hub assembly actually is what sits inside that spindle. There is nothing of my axle touching that spindle.
Well, how the heck does your tire turn when the CV turns if there's no splines that lock it in?
These bolts is what holds that spindle. That's wheel bearing in. Hub assembly. When it bolts to here,
I know that.
it locks it to that hub assembly.
I know that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your CV,
right,
on the back side back here, has splines that run into here. Right.
It's locked in.
Okay. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I was in the spines. That's the reason why I quit tightening it.
You had me all sorts of confused. I was like,
thought
dude.
you were talking about I had grooves in my spindle.
No. The spindle is smooth.
This is gonna be interesting.
And you, like, we were both on two completely separate pages. You were like, no, and I was like, yeah. I mean, when your CV turns, it turns this.
Right.
Without splines, how's it turning?
I thought you were talking about that splines in the spindle.
Yeah. We're on the same page now. We got it finally. We were not earlier.
Oh.
Ha! I almost did that last time.
I did it.
Alright, so we're going to pause this video, put that dust shield on, and then we'll pick up where we left off. Okay, so we're back to where we were, except we've got the dust shield back on. Didn't forget that time.
No, a little bit different this time, though.
Yeah, dust shield's key part. It's what actually holds your wheel speed / ABS sensor up from dangling and possibly rubbing against your CV over here, causing it to wear out, causing the housing to wear out and short out. So make sure, if you can, to put that back on, and if you can't, fashion something to hold that sensor up.
This one.
Yeah, that one's never any fun. Extension. I think you might be sitting on it, buddy.
No, I don't. No, there you go.
Getting old.
Yeah, buddy, I am.
Yeah.
Give me bug. Our young days are over. Now it's...
I refuse to believe that. My young days will never be over.
Mine are. You may have on me, but my back's done.
You know what I'd like to find? I'd like to find a Corvette. It'd be a fun build.
I want a Cuda. That'd be fun build.
A what?
Cuda. I love my motocars,
Ooh,
man.
Barracuda.
Ain't nothing like motor.
GTO, I think, would be a fun build too.
Hey, you're going GTO, man. It's pretty much boils down to it's still Chevelle, GTO. Same, pretty much same car, olds.
The only
same body.
Chevelles that I like were before 72. Before that body style change.
Yeah.
After that, they just, ugh. Not a fan.
I was 71 too. Last one I seen, I watched it go back across Barrett Jackson and $500,000.
Whew.
Yeah. And that was just a bone stock. That wasn't no road course package or somebody done street package to it to get it handle better. That was just a bone stock car.
You want to torque those?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because I won't be able to get them back off. I put them on my hand, man.
And then they fall off and you die.
No. Once again. Hey, I'm developing a rust bubble.
Developing a rust bubble. That will eventually become a rust bubble.
That'd be a hole.
That's a pretty nifty scratch you got there. How'd that happen? It's kind of shaped like a needle. Like you've got the point
That's the
and
wife.
then the eye.
That's the wife. That's just... I took pretty good care of this car when I was driving it back and forth to work, and she got a hold of it. And now it's another story, buddy.
Oh, hey, did I tell you that the speedometer in the Pontiac is wrong?
How much?
Well, I was only...
Yeah, I kind of got a feeling because the way those tires are, I'm telling you, man, this ain't factory. I know, but the door may say that. But what's that? The door saying 16s or 15s?
I don't know. It's all the right size. But I was going 70 on the interstate, and my speedometer was telling me I was doing 110, and my governor was kicking in, and it wouldn't let me go any faster than 70 miles an hour, even though the speedometer was saying 110.
Got a little Pontiac on that one, buddy.
Yeah.
I've had this one 135. No governor.
You were only going 70. Speedometer was wrong, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 That's what I was doing. I was doing 70, but the speedometer was wrong. It said 110.
But my governor wasn't kicking in.
The thing that tripped me out was that the speedometer is clocked at 150, but they governed it at 110, but I can only go 70 miles an hour due to state law. So, speedometer's got to be wrong.
The speedometer's got to be wrong on this thing. It's only good for... It's registered for 120, and I was doing 135. It's still climbing.
Yeah. So really the purpose of this video, guys, I mean, you've seen replacing wheel bearings already, but I kind of wanted to be able to show the actual replacement instead of just, you know, this is how it comes off. All right, now it's off. Like, now you see how it comes off, and maybe give you a tip on how to get it off. You know, smack it a couple times with a mallet, give it a little pry at the top, a little pry at the bottom, and then smack it a couple times again, and it literally just pops right out.
Majority of them are the same.
If you didn't have the nut on it, it would fall out.
The majority of them are the same exact way, but
Yep.
Not every car is exactly the same as this one.
Right, not every car is the same, but this gives them a general idea of what they're looking at. I mean, every car is going to have a tire. Every car is going to have a caliper and a caliper assembly and a rotor. Now, your hub assembly, on the other hand,
not every car will have their
it's
ABS sensor built into their hub.
Right, it's just going to be a hub. Like my Jeep, for example, my ABS sensors just bolt in. I can take the hub out without having to worry about that sensor. Just take the sensor out and pop that hub out and I'm done. So, hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. This is kind of how it goes every time we work on something. We talk about cars that we would love to have, cars that we would love to build. Just kind of BS back and forth while we're doing it. Just kind of the normal stuff. I hope you guys like this. If this isn't something you guys are into, mostly talking and just kind of BSing around, let me know. I won't do it again. So that's going to conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching another episode of DJ's Garage. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Comments are always fun. I don't get as much. No.
Rotor and caliper. I thought we pulled it all at once.
No. Caliper came off, then the rotor came off.
I could have swore I pulled them off both off at once.
Well, we were going to do it that way, but it didn't happen that way. So yeah, guys, leave a comment. I truly enjoy reading the comments. Any feedback as usual, whether it's negative or positive, constructive criticism, anything. You know, it's nice to know what you guys want to see, what you guys don't want to see, where I'm lacking, how I can improve. And if you have any questions about anything that you think maybe I can help you with, let me know. Thanks for watching again. Later, Gators.